Hey, Jenny Bradley here with Triangle Smart Divorce in Cary, North Carolina. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff on social media lately about my kid doesn't want to go see the other parent. Do I have to make them? And the answer depends upon a couple of things, honestly. One, do you have a court order or do you have an agreement in place? If you have a court order or an agreement in place, you have to follow those. If you don't follow those, you could either be held in breach of the agreement or in contempt, both which carry penalties and involve potentially paying the other's legal fees, in addition to getting a lecture from the judge about why children need to visit both parents, and that's what the judge ordered or that's what you agreed to. And most judges that I've seen when I've been in court say things like, your kid doesn't get to decide if they go to school. You make them go. Your kid doesn't get to decide whether or not they brush their teeth. We all know they need to. Your kid doesn't decide whether or not they get a bath. We all know they need to. And visiting the other parent is just as important as going to school. And so your kids need to go, and you shouldn't put them in the middle, and you shouldn't give them the power to make that decision. Now that's the legal answer, if you have an agreement or order in place. The practical answer is, good luck getting your 16-year-old who has a car driving around to go visit the other parent if they don't want to go. And good luck getting that enforced if you're the other parent sometimes, because the parent who has custody of the kids is going to say, I'm trying to make them go. I've taken away their keys. I've told them to get in the car. They weigh twice as much as I weigh. I can't make them go. And so what does a court look at in that situation? The first thing they look at is whether or not the parent is actually fostering the relationship, whether they're encouraging visitation, whether or not they are trying to get the kid to go and not just putting up their hands and saying, well, they don't want to go, I can't make them. That may still get you in trouble. So that's what happens if there is some sort of agreement or order in place. What if there's not? Well, if there's nothing, if you're in what I call the wild, wild west of custody with he or she who has the child makes the rules, when you do have a court date, the judge might hold that against you if they feel like you've been withholding the child, or you've been letting the child choose, or you haven't been encouraging a relationship. Because in North Carolina, both parents, absent some extreme circumstances, have equal rights to their kids, and they have the equal right to have a relationship with their kids. And kids have a right to have a relationship with both parents without feeling guilty about it. So in North Carolina, it doesn't matter what your kids want, and the court takes the position that it's not their decision. So what can you do if you're at home and your child's in tears and they're saying, I don't want to go, you can't make me go, I'm not going? What can you do? Well, one of the first things you should do is figure out why. Clearly, if there's a safety concern, if there are drugs in the household, if the other parent's being abusive, these are things that need to be addressed. And your child may have legitimate reasons for not wanting to go and to be put in harm's way. That needs to be addressed and that needs to be handled. And you may need a lawyer to help you do that if it involves some sort of modification or emergency hearing. You also may need to contact a therapist and let the therapist talk to the child and figure out what's going on, because maybe the child won't open up to you for whatever reason, and they might open up to someone else. And that's okay. The important thing is we understand why this is going on. But if you have, as I sometimes was, a petulant teenager who would rather be with their friends than go visit the other parent, that's a problem. And that's going to be a problem for you. Because again, the court says this is the order and this is what needs to happen, and I don't really care what this kid wants. This is what I said was best for them, and that's how the court acts. They act like the ultimate parent and they say this is what's going to happen. So if you need your custody order changed for whatever reason, you probably need a lawyer to do that too, because it's a difficult place to navigate alone inside of a courtroom and dealing with rules and procedure and evidence. So I would say investigate why your child doesn't want to go. Don't let them think that they have the power not to go unless it's an egregious, serious situation. If it is egregious and serious, take immediate and emergency steps to try to protect your child. If there's something going on with your child, see a therapist and have your children open up with a therapist about what's going on and see if we can repair this relationship. And if it's just a moody teenager or a kid who would rather stay at home in bed and doesn't want to have to go to the other house because mom or dad makes them get up at 8 in the morning, I'm sorry, But sometimes kids have to do things that they don't want to do because it's what's best for them, like go to school and brush their teeth and take a bath and take out the trash and do other chores in the house, and that's part of growing up and having responsibility.